Play with something safe, man. Don't play with me.
All right, first of all, shout out to one of my members, one of the highest ranking members in the inner circle, Fefner. Initially wanted Jason content. Turned out I started binging all of the Kraven comics and decided that I wanted to do a matchup between Kraven and Jason from both the movies and some of the books that help with the lore and comics. Not using his Mortal Kombat stuff, that would have to be a separate iteration because he's way stronger than this version. But, anyways, before we get started, make sure to check out the description in the video. It has my Twitch, Twitter. Go over there, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. As well as if you're not subscribed already, make sure to do so. If you want to help the channel grow, contribute to the channel, I'm trying to be the most successful villain. Check out the memberships in the description, as well as check out the Cash App and the perks from donating via Cash App. But anyways, we've talked enough. Let's go ahead and get into the battle. And first of all, I will go over Kraven. By the way, if y'all want to see a full character breakdown, power scale, and explanation of Kraven, let me know, because I'm definitely down to do that, because I read every comic. So anyways, we're going to go through some of his best feats that are applicable to this battle. First of all, if you don't know who Kraven the Hunter is, Kraven was introduced in the 60s as the new Spider-Man villain. Now, when he was introduced, a character by the name of the Chameleon needed a way to stop Spider-Man. Chameleon himself is fodder and can't really do anything to Spider-Man. So, Kraven, with the reputation as the best hunter in the world, was his best option and is who he chose to go after Spider-Man. Now, Kraven soon did prove he deserved the title of best hunter in the world, as he pressed Spider-Man was able to react to wild animals in their first encounter before Spider-Man could, and Spider-Man noted his physical dominance. We soon find out that Kraven early on and explains he got his enhanced physicals from a stolen African potion, which I have a theory is possibly the heart-shaped herb, but I don't know. But anyways, in their initial fight with Spider-Man, he kind of bolos Spider-Man, says it's too easy, and then makes Spider-Man go all out. So he's definitely capable of contending physically with a Spider-Man who can go all out. Now, we've seen all-out Spider-Man punch the jaw of Vulture. He's been able to, momentarily, you could argue, stagger the Hulk. He's been able to dodge all the Avengers at the same time. So the fact that Kraven can consistently contend with him and has even beaten him on multiple occasions shows how crazy he is. Spider-Man has also remarked before that Kraven is simply too strong to hold back against because Kraven doesn't know how to stop. He considers himself the alpha predator, so he's going to pursue you no matter what. So he's got to be beaten down completely if you're going to stop him. Kraven has other ways, super senses. He has the ability to tell if you are lying. Once he smells your scent, he'll forever remember it. So once he gets your scent, it's pretty much impossible to get the drop on him. Spider-Man's remarked before that Kraven has superior stamina. Kraven also has these energy beams that are in his fur coat. I didn't know this about him, but he actually uses it in the old comics pretty consistently, where basically Spider-Man going all out was a little too fast for Kraven, so Kraven's answer for that was a beam that basically equalizes stats. It takes away your speed, it messes with your muscles, and he's able to kind of bolo you. So that's actually something he has. He also has knives. Sometimes he uses knives, but people kind of overrate the weapons Kraven uses, because Kraven, due to his ego, typically tries to stick to hand to hand. But he does also have things like poisons that can momentarily put down Spider-Man and completely befuddle him. And he's even, as we've seen before, capable of killing Spider-Man. So yeah, overall, Kraven is a beast. He definitely deserves to be considered one of the most dangerous street tiers in Marvel, and we've even seen him go up against the Beast from X-Men, forced Beast to go all out, like, and go completely crazy, which Beast had never been forced to do before. And he's so dangerous, the X-Men had to erase the memory of the encounter with them. So yeah, overall, I think he's highly underrated. And like I said, you want to see a full video on Kraven, let me know. But anyways, moving on to one of the most iconic villains slash horror movie figures ever, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. If you don't know him, he's an angry child, got bullied all the time as a kid. That's why you have those commercials and anti-bullying campaigns in school, because he was at the lake, drowned, came back. There's usage eventually in the story of the Necronomicon, which I'll speak on later. But essentially, he's a supernatural, pissed off man child usually with a knife that's out here looking to bolo those that need to be boloed. Now, in terms of feats, he can punch someone's head so hard their head grows, completely gets ejected from their body. By the way, it's worth noting he gets stronger throughout the series by a pretty significant amount. He's dodged point blank machine gun fire before. He can one shot a military helicopter by actually just throwing an object at it. He's snuck up on soldiers before and casually cut them in half with a swing of his blade. This is actually quite impressive, as it's not exactly easy to cut someone down the middle in half, and he did so casually. We saw in Hell that he went up against a demon who remarked that Jason is people perceive him to be immortal, but he's no normal mortal. He is supernatural and far beyond immortal. And then we see him blitz the demon and cut him. So yeah, he's definitely a boy and he's about it. But I use this scan more so to confirm his physicality. He's actually quite impressive physically, and he's really slept on. He's ripped humans in half before with his bare hands. He's turned them into spaghetti with grates. He's wiped out a squad of soldiers pretty casually in the comics, taking them out one by one. He's been able to stop speeding cars. He tanked a shotgun blast that tore open his body, and he kept going. At one point, it's explained that Jason is no longer truly Jason, as his spirit was brought back with the power of the Necronomicon. This power allows Jason access to resurrection and regen hacks. In Jason X, they confirm that Jason has an active and potent healing factor, including regen of lost tissue. It turns out later in the comics that Jason, it's explained, will always passively regenerate his tissue, and many consider this fact to make him basically unstoppable. He is also unnaturally durable to the point where he doesn't get incinerated when a typical human would when he's subjected to different methods of torture. He merely will push on and regen from the damage. He's also more skilled than people think and is a proven marksman with several objects. One of his most slept on abilities that you don't see talked about much is his confirmed ability to teleport. It's either that or he's got Shadowglone's dog, like pick your poison. But in the games, they confirm he teleports. We're not really using games, but they do confirm he has that kind of ability. In the movies, like Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell, all that stuff. When he comes back, he's able to appear in multiple spots at once. He's able to appear at new locations, which physically would be impossible to do without teleporting. So yeah, consistently he's proven he could teleport in combat, especially when he's trolling you. Jason does have possession hacks that can vary based on the movie, but I don't believe they'll be a factor in this fight, so that would be if you want an individual video, which you can also request in the comment section. Jason X, who I consider to be one of his strongest iterations, can throw a head so hard it crashes through glass and launches an android. This Jason is stupid strong because he actually has nanites in him that amp him and also give him armor. Jason X can casually launch massive trees whenever, and he does this accurately as well. Jason actually tanks falling from orbit to Earth. He was even able to stay awake after crashing, showing he has insane durability on top of his healing factor. It's no longer just him healing. He actually has a proven durability. The Necronomicon has spells so potent that even the simple ones, like from the movies The Evil Dead, can be insanely deadly. So this kind of explains why Jason's such a capable metahuman. Based on appearances in the movies later down the line, it seems that Jason's teleportation in terms of speed is near instant, as the girl looked around and Jason was at all exits. We saw that the nanite armor can tank a point blank massive explosion as well, and then regen from impalement. So either the art design was weird and the armor didn't get pierced by the fence, but it looks like it did. So that means his nanite armor itself can actually regen itself. And he also did show that on like one panel in one scene, he can instantly regen from fatal injuries. So he does have a much improved, much faster healing factor down the line. So if these two street tier monsters were to clash, who do I see winning? Well, who's more skilled? Obviously, Kraven. Kraven also has this really good nerve punch he uses. Typically, if he hits you with it, it's shutting down at least one of your arms. Jason has shown he's vulnerable to manipulation of muscle and tissue, as he's been poisoned multiple times to make him like stop moving. Because of this, I believe nerve damage, it seems his muscle and tissue kind of work in that way as well. So I believe the nerve punch could shut down one arm. Kraven should also be faster. Now, Jason has him with teleportation, like obviously covering distance. Jason's way better, but Kraven should be combatively superior as he can consistently tag Spider-Man and even override his Spidey senses. But the issue we have here is, pre-Jason X and like maybe just before that, all for Kraven. Kraven could probably find a way to temporarily put him down. But Jason X with that nanite armor, in my opinion, is an issue. And I believe the teleportation, the new armor, the instant regen nearly, I believe he's just going to wear down Kraven. Kraven's not really going to have a way to put him down. And in the end, I believe because of his durability, Jason's eventually going to be able to get to Kraven and do damage and finish him off. In the end, I got to go with Jason X. Movie / comics, Jason Voorhees wins. Unfortunate because I'm a Kraven fan, but whatever. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. Keep it civil. Make sure, like I said, check out everything in the description. Again, shout out to all my members. Shout out to everyone that's been hitting me on the Cash App. It's lit. We're approaching soon going full-time on YouTube. I want to get there. So anyways, thank you for the support. Anyways, it's been your favorite villain, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.